Well, we went got her day before yesterday in East Tennessee. She apparently came from a breeder's hut, sat outside in water in an indoor cage that was outdoors, so the water accumulated in the bottom. She's double splay leg, yeah, frightened, poopy butt, looks like a lot of megacolon to me, and it smells fishy, which smells very coccidia to me. I've just smelled it a lot of times, so I'm hoping y'all can just kind of run the gamut, take a culture sensitivity, find out what we're dealing with, maybe get her on some antibiotics.
See what the stool looks like. I mean, I think as long as you have legs that are like this, you're going to have diarrhea and bad stools. So I don't know if you want to spend money on the culture sensitivity just because I don't know if it
No, I want your opinion.
makes
I want you to tell me what
makes
to
a difference or not on that.
She's a real
Especially if
popular
she
bunny,
has-
just like Ginger was. You know, everybody's wanting to look after her and take care of her.
And we want to know if she's in any pain. Or
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
I think
she's in pain.
she probably needs an X-ray because it feels like her hips are kind of popping, and if her hips are just subluxating, I mean that's not fun. I almost wonder this right leg is better than the left. I almost wonder if she would benefit from amputating this leg.
Just like Ginger, how Ginger
To
brought
keep
that
this
leg
one.
back in again. I'd
Because this
forgotten
one this one actually looks more normal, and trying to use it more normally
It's okay,
than
Jenny.
this one.
It's okay, Jenny.
It's okay.
We're videotaping too, Doc. For
It's easier than retelling everybody what the vet visit was like.
But that
So you think it might be beneficial to go ahead and amputate this leg
I think that if we do and we get that off, she's going to use this leg better.
and get her up off the ground a little bit?
Because she almost, I mean, she kind of wants to.
Yeah.
This leg she's not using really at all. But I kind of feel like this leg might have some popping in it, so I don't know if that hip is in place good or if it's out of place.
Okay.
Because it feels like it's kind of out of place, and if that's the case, I don't know if we want to rely on that. Because, I mean, do you amputate this one and do an FHO on this one? So that way it doesn't have the head, but it would potentially be functional, but I don't know. We'd almost have to stage it. Do this first, see what happens, and then decide if down the road if you'd need to.
Okay.
What's her appetite like?
She's eating pretty well. I haven't been giving her a lot of rich vegetables or anything because of the diarrhea.
We were told previously that she had no pellet diet. She had hay and rotten potatoes.
Yeah, that's what they found her with, was hay and rotten potatoes. She's been eating her weight in hay since she's been at the house. She could take or leave pellets. I got her, we do oxbow at our shelter, but it's okay, Jenny.
She didn't have much
Or she is going through
human contact, did she?
I don't think so.
She's going through a food transition. The lady that got her put her on Purina, and now we're switching her back over to oxbow.
What was that?
The lady who had her before had her on Purina rabbit chow. We switched her to oxbow.
Okay, Jenny.
It's all right, sweet girl. It's okay, baby.
Hold on, sweetie.
It's okay, Angel. It's okay, pretty girl.
You're okay, sweetie. Have y'all put anything in her ears or?
No, nothing. We've kind of been letting her rest from the journey because it was 5 hours home. The trip seemed to stress her a little bit.
I think they're a little bit long. They don't look like they have any obvious points, but bottoms are a little bit on the long side. Is this the only one they had, or were there several others?
Well,
As far as where she was from?
Well, we were kind of given two stories. One story said there were 2 males in there with her. Another one said there was 1 male in there with her. So she may or may not be pregnant. We don't know yet. But that's, as far as we know, they were advertised on Craigslist as 2 free rabbits. And person was a dog breeder. We had a whole bunch of Yorkies and stuff in rabbit cages.
I'd say she's probably never seen a veterinarian her entire life. Probably very little human contact.
Did she tell us how old she? Oh, 2 years in August.
Yeah, 2 years in August is what she was told by the breeder.
Hers don't look too bad. We'll just kind of watch them for now.
Okay.
See if she's producing a lot of goop or not.
Okay.
I said we get an X-ray and see how she does. I don't know. Hillary, see if she'll rotate on her side.
Okay, Jenny. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. It's
Okay,
okay.
sweetie.
It's okay. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, sweetheart.
I think we can probably get an X-ray of her without her stressing too much, but
This is really, this is where the fly strike was, and there was maggot eggs. They cleaned them off.
I mean,
Yeah.
is
There's
it
a lot
possible
of
for her to
damage.
get maggots internally, or?
you have to have like a wound, and then they'll kind of be laid in that area. So I mean, if you're just going to see it on her, you would see it somewhere around her folds.
Mm-hmm.
But usually there's got to be a wound somewhere for the maggots to go. She's gonna be really tough to like clean this up real good though with her awake because she's so skittish.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah, let's see what her bone structure looks like and see what this hip does. Just because this thing's only causing her problems,
I understand.
and it may be that she can get around better and strengthen this up with this gone,
Mm-hmm.
or it may be that we may have troubles no matter what. But
Okay.
I think as long as she's got this conformation, she's going to have stool issues,
Okay.
whether she's got parasites or anything.
And then washing her keeps mold growing because you can't dry her well enough
Yeah.
because she's too skittish, and it's a vicious circle.
Yeah.
So yeah. So is this something we need to be addressing right now, or is this just futile?
I
to
think
address
that
it
we'll
right
no, we'll see if we can get those clumps off,
Okay.
and then one airing out will be good,
now? Okay.
and then I'll probably give you some Silvadine.
Okay,
Stick on
that's terrific. Yeah, the less washing a day we can do is better because she's very skittish.
And a vocalizer.
Yeah.
She's got a little bit of a curve to this femur, but I think all in all she could be fine. This one's just got such a bad bend there at the knee
Okay.
that I think that's gonna be permanent at that joint. So
Possibility of pregnancy.
I mean, she's not too fat right now, but I'm not feeling anything real obvious in there. We could,
Because we certainly don't want that on our plate along with everything
yeah.
else.
I mean,
It's okay.
she
I mean, we take
definitely doesn't feel like she's a guy. I mean, if she is, she's really early.
Very in early
Yeah.
stages. Okay.
Yeah, so okay, let's
Alright.
let's take a
No, he'll
film
probably
of
see
her.
something in the X-rays.
Well,
Only if there was bone development, which would be a lot further
Later.
down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
okay, well, let's do that. Check it out and see what that tells us.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for letting us record you
No
too.
problem.
Because we don't want to have to explain it. We're just going to put that on. And she's got a Facebook page where people are going and
Okay.
donating money, and that way we can.
That
You
sounds
told
good,
them
yeah.
what was going on.
So this hip's completely out. So this is the left side. So that's why it's so bad. Is because that hip's just kind of popping out, and then that
Understand.
femur's just laying sideways.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be hard to get this completely straight, but it looks like, and we got some of that messed up hair here from being moist and stuff, but it looks like the kneecap's a little bit out of place. So that knee is going to be out of position just because of chronic changes.
So this is the leg.
So
you're
this
proposing
leg
to
totally
amputate.
needs to probably
Okay.
be gone.
All right.
This hip doesn't look great either. So, we've got the socket right here, and you can see that there's arthritis all in this region right here. It's arthritis all in there. The head of that femur is arthritic, and the neck's a little arthritic. So I mean, that's why I could feel that thing popping in and out, and it will. So I think the big thing is, I think this leg needs to go because it's going to continue to cause more problems. You can just see how that whole joint is just really arthritic. This one needs to go, and you need to figure out what she can do with this one.
Okay.
And if she tolerates it well and is starting to do better, maybe we don't do anything except for like glucosamine and flaxseed oil and stuff.
Okay.
But potentially maybe we need to cut this off and do an FHO to where this isn't grinding and hurting. And then the soft tissue creates the false joint. And she might be she'll still be abnormal as far as her mobility, but potentially might be less painful. Now, I mean, it's more ideal to have an FHO on a rabbit that's got a normal hip, but most of the time you're not going to have a normal hip. So.
Do you think she was born this way, or?
She definitely was born with bad genetics, and then whether cage confinement, slick surface, and poor nutrition all added to it. It's hard to say. But she's got some normal stool in there. You can see from this one that we just had right in here, some normal stool, but there's a lot of gas throughout the digestive tract. Then you got a lot of decent ingesta also. Heart looks pretty good. Lungs look pretty good. So she's got some upper respiratory noises, but all in all, her chest looks pretty good. I don't see, like, her shoulders and elbows look pretty good. So she didn't have a whole bunch going on up there. And her spine actually looks pretty decent. I'm not seeing any spondylosis or arthritis. It
looks pretty straight
evident right
considering
now.
the legs,
So I mean, her hips are just a mess, and then her knees are going to be a mess secondary from her hips, especially that left side. So potentially, if this thing wasn't being such a hindrance, I think you'd have better stool issues, getting on more of a hay diet, more appropriate diet. I think you're going to see the stools get better, and then we'll just see what these stools says if we need to do any deworming or
did y'all go ahead and take a sample of that today? Good.
But yeah, this thing needs to go. That leg's
well, that's what we're
more
gonna.
good than it is bad.
That's what we're gonna push for then, Doc. And just like we did with Ginger, we're gonna have to have, an estimate, as close as you can get on the surgery, so we can start raising funding for it.
So what we might do is get her a little bit healthier with diet, and if she's, try to get her stool a little bit better, or she's got parasites, get that under control first.
Oh yeah, we don't want to do
then we go with that.
any surgery until we get her better.
Now, will she need to be on any pain medication or anything?
Just in the interim?
Yeah, I mean, Medicam would be nice to try to make her feel a lot better. So, I mean, probably put on her get her started on some glucosamine, get her started on some flaxseed.
Okay, that's terrific.
And then you can definitely do some Medicam, so we'll get a dose out for her, because these gotta hurt. And if we can get her maybe using this a little bit better, but like I said, I think this thing's kind of popping in and out too, so. We just have to see how she does with all that.
That's what we'll do. Thanks, Tom.
So we'll see what